So this is OneROM. I got it 2 weeks ago and decided to create my own firmware. I was inspired by alpha tuning but never had a chance to get a copy of the firmware with data logs, so I created my own. So data log pins are connected using a resistor divider, just how everyone knows it. There are only 2 extra pins on the OneROM, so that's the only pins you're gonna be using. So firmware is loaded. If you plug this to a USB port, it will briefly blink to tell you that it's connected. Now let's connect to OneROM. Now it's connected. So I have a turbo map right here, but let's download what's inside OneROM. So download takes like half a second, so the tune has changed, and upload works like half a second too. Then verify, uh, roughly 2 seconds. Still faster than what I currently use. Now with data log, it errored out because the ECU is not actually powered. So let's power it up. Connect. So you're now connected. There's really nothing to my data log because it's just a a powered ECU, so no actual sensor readings, but it data logs properly. Now what I added on my own firmware is internal data logging, and also while you're data logging, you'll see OneROM will blink. So I'll stop logging, so it will stop blinking. So real-time tuning also works right here, and it's persisted on the ROM. So let's try that one. So let's edit something. So that's it. You can check if it actually persisted. Plug it back in. Connect. Let's close the current file. So let's download what's in the ROM. So yeah, it's persisted. So real-time tuning is working flawlessly on this one. Let's verify ROM. Yep, it works. So I added internal data logging to my firmware, but since it's not supported in HTS natively, I created my own software to control it. So there it is. You can see there's already 1 log currently saved inside OneROM, and it does not disrupt the serial communications within HDS. So if it's connected, the software will actually detect that an external app is connected, so it won't allow you to enable, and will also detect if it's disconnected. So you can now enable internal data logging. OneROM BWX control as the USB transport name. Now back to data logging. So let's try and enable. So I'm logging at 50 Hertz. You can actually select how fast you're logging. At 50 Hertz, you only get 9 minutes almost, but 44 minutes on 10 Hertz. You can also see the status of the storage. So still have a lot of storage left. So once that's enabled, you can actually see it's blinking right here, and you can disconnect. So you can do the run, street run, or a pass on the track, and all the data gets logged internally. But there's actually a small catch right in there. So to get full frames on the internal data logging, it saves a chunk of that log every few seconds. So if you power cycle like in the middle of a run, there are like a few seconds of missing data, but it's really fine. So if you're doing a run and you power cycle, let's turn this off. So it's ECU is off, but once you put power back, OneROM will know that it was actually enabled previously, so it will just continue to log, but the old log is saved also. It will just create a new session. Now let's plug back in. So as you can see, there are now two saved. So this is the one that got saved before the power cycle of the ECU, and this one is currently still in session because this is the session that OneROM automatically created once the power was back on. So yeah, so let's disable this. So there you go. So let's export one of the files. So you can actually export as raw binary or as an HTS compatible log or something from that can be read by Megalog viewer. With the Megalog viewer, you can actually put ranges on the AFR and the TPS, so you'll get 0 to 100% or 8.5 to 18 AFR for the AEM AFR sensor. So let's try HTS log. So export. So saved as session 1B. So that's saved. Let's go back to HTS. So this is the newly saved session. So as you can see, HTS can actually open the saved log from OneROM. You can even play it. So yeah, it's actually running right there. So data log. Yeah, you can see it plays the frame. Stop. So that's it. This is my BWX firmware for OneROM.